Welcome, everyone. A little bit of light, awaiting Moshiach. So we are approaching the holiday of Pesach, and there's a very important principle, a very important connection between Pesach and between the coming of Mashiach. And I'd like to express it to you from a comment on the Haggadah, given by the commentary of Masa Nisim on the Haggadah, on the very first paragraph of the Maggid section of the Seder. Halach ma'anya. Let's quickly read through it. Halach ma'anya, this is the bread of affliction, the achalu avasana ba'ar de Mitzrayim, that our forefathers ate in Egypt. Kol dechvin yesei v'yechol, whoever is hungry should come and eat. Kol detzrich yesei v'yipsach, whoever is in need should come and celebrate Pesach. Hashata hacha, this year is here. L'shana haba ba'ar de Yisrael, next year in the land of Israel. Hashata avdi, now we are enslaved. L'shana haba b'nei chayrin, in the coming year we'll be free. So many of the commentaries struggle with the connection. What is exactly the connection between everything being said here? We say regarding the matzah, this is the bread of affliction that our forefathers ate. Whoever is hungry, whoever is needy should come. This year we're here, next in Eretz Yisrael. What's the connection between the three things? So the Ma'aseh Nisim explains in the following, with three introductions. Number one, if a person is freed from jail, from slavery, that person will feel tremendous gratitude to the one who freed him. And when the anniversary of that date comes, when the anniversary of that freedom comes, they'll celebrate. It's a very natural thing to do. However, if let's say you were freed from jail, and then you ended up in jail again, you were enslaved, you got enslaved again, are you going to be celebrating the first time around? The fact that you got out of jail the first time, you're going to celebrate, you're back in jail. What's the point? What's there to celebrate about anymore? That's number one. Number two, when a person makes a simcha, when a person rejoices, they invite their friends, their family. There was also a very common custom in Europe that they had a special table for the needy to come and join in the simcha, in the celebration. That's number two. And number three is that it is established, we know it from Midrashim, that although the mitzvah of matzah is to remember that their dough didn't rise as they were leaving Egypt, but matzah was not something new to them. Matzah was actually the food that they ate while they were slaves. The Egyptians didn't let them make regular bread. They didn't allow their doughs to rise. That's a waste of time. That's a waste from work time. And therefore, they only allowed them to bake matzahs so they can get back to work right away. So matzah is something that our forefathers ate in Egypt even before they were freed. With these introductions, says the Ma'aseh Nisim, one can wonder, what exactly are we celebrating on Pesach? Yes, we got out of Egypt, but we're back in Gullus, we're back in exile. We're back in exile where we've experienced terrible and horrible experiences. Periods of years that there was nothing but misery. So what are we celebrating about leaving Egypt? We got out of jail, we're back in jail. What are we celebrating about? And that's the opening statement when we say, Halach ma'anya di achalav asana ba'ar de Mitzrayim. This is the bread of affliction that our forefathers ate in Egypt. Our bread, our meal is the same as how our forefathers ate in Egypt, in the darkness of exile. But nonetheless, we celebrate and we decree and we declare, anybody who's hungry should come. Anybody who's needy should come. We're celebrating. Everybody should come. Why? Hashata hacha, l'shana haba ba'ar de Yisrael. This year we're here. Next year we'll be in Eretz Yisrael. Meaning to say, the whole question is, how can we be celebrating? We're back in the darkness of Gullus. The answer is, if a person was freed from jail and he landed back in jail, but he's guaranteed to leave the second time because he left the first time. If that would be so, you'd celebrate in jail, even though you're in jail, because you know you're guaranteed, because of that previous experience of freedom, that you will become free now again. And that is what we celebrate. How can we celebrate on Pesach? We're back in Gullus. We're back in jail. We're not better off than we were then. The answer is that because of what happened the first time around, because of what happened when we left Egypt on Pesach, that guarantees we're going to get out of this exile. Because when Hashem took us out of Mitzrayim, he made us his nation. He made us his children. He publicized to the world that he runs the world, this is his world, and we are his people. And therefore, because of that, we're guaranteed, no matter how bad the exile we're experiencing, we are guaranteed we're going to get out of it. And that came about through the first time we got out. When we left Mitzrayim, we remain Hashem's people. If we're Hashem's people, then we're guaranteed that we're going to get out of this exile. And that's what we mean when we say, this year we're here, next year we're in Eretz Yisrael, this year we're enslaved, next year we'll be free. It's guaranteed. It's guaranteed that we're going to get out of exile because of Pesach. By leaving Egypt, Hashem made us his people, and that is our guarantee that we will leave exile, we will come back to him in Eretz Yisrael with the Beis HaMikdash, B'mheira v'yameinu, Amen. Have a wonderful Shabbos.